and views. How y'all guys doing? So, if this your first time coming up and seeing me, please do me a favor. Hit the like button if you're on YouTube platform. Also, to hit the notification bell after you hit the subscribe button. So that way, every time that I am got brand new news for you, you can be able to come and see me on the platform. So, I'm not going to hold any bars. I'm going to go ahead on and jump right into it. We are talking about what's going on with Kobe Bryant's wife. That's right, Vanessa Bryant is now suing the LA County Sheriff's Department. Now, I'm going to tell y'all why she's doing this, and I'm going to break it down to you what happened and why she is suing this department, because a lot of people are probably in shock. Like, wait a minute, you mean she's suing the police? What happened? Why is she doing this? So let me tell you the backstory of why. It's over the leaked photos of the helicopter crash. Okay. Now, during that time, when Kobe first passed away, the sheriff department had some individuals who were at a bar, allegedly had personal cell phone pictures of Kobe and his daughter deceased, burned up in the crash, like literally passing around, showing it off to people at the bar. One guy did, another guy they were sharing within the department. Now, it was no fewer than 8 sheriff deputies that was involved in this scandal. Okay, and they also was looking not only just with Kobe Bryant and his daughter that was deceased. They also was showing the pictures of the coaches, and the parents that was on that helicopter crash. Now, not only were they the subject of conversation within the sheriff department with deputies showing their colleagues, the pictures had no investigative purpose at the time. So basically, they were just showing around, hey man, look at this dead body I found. Oh God, look how horrible the crash was. No regard for the dead. Now, these photos were exposed when a deputy, like I said, was at the bar and he showed the photos to a woman he was trying to impress and, get hooked up with. And it didn't work. So anyway, it is insanely crazy how this thing has turned out. Now, the lawsuit also says that the sheriff department Villanueva did not tell the families about the photos, and they only learned of it when the media broke the story, because the woman at the bar was the one that came forward about it. Oh, that's horrible, man. Now, they also said the sheriff never gave them straight answers about what happened. And not to mention, too, the sheriff department never even talked about how they were going to reprimand the men and women involved. Listen, I have to agree with sheriff, with the not the sheriff, but with Kobe Bryant's widow on this. I mean, that was disgusting. You know good and blame well that these pictures were not a part of an investigation. You knew your officers had it. This is again what I be preaching about on all my news streams, even as a conservative. I'm about accountability. If my people that I support, and I support the boys in blue, I do. I talk about it all the time. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. And in this case here, they were wrong. There were many things that could have been handled. What the sheriff should have done, he should have immediately took those guys that were part of his team doing that, and he should have reprimanded them by taking them on leave, suspended without pay for whatever many days, teach them a lesson, show to the Bryant at the minimum that they were right. And the guy with the bar that showed it to the woman at the bar, he should have been fired. He should have said, yo, turn in your badge. Don't need you here. You're going to disrespect the dead, you got to go. But he wasn't transparent or nothing. So this is what happens, man, when you don't do the right thing. You get caught up, you get in some BS, and this is what it is. The next story that's going to make all my patriots happy to hear because of what's going on here. We're going to talk about Cardi B and her sister being sued for defamation over the racist MAGA supporters jab. Now let me fast forward. Okay, So they were at the Hamptons, right? They made a video that went viral to their fans that they were just minding their own business, and that the Patriot that had the MAGA hat, which was Peter Caledon, Pauline Caledon, which is also husband and wife, and Manuel Aracon. They try to claim that they were harassing them, Cardi and her sister lesbian girlfriend. I mean sister girlfriend or whatever. So anyway, after all this went down, they had these people looking like they was a racist, that they were this and they were that, and when it was probably the other way around, because we all know how Cardi is. She had already just got into that skiff with Candace Owen, who's a strong supporter of the Trump, and also is always talking about making America great again. She loves the slogan. I wouldn't be surprised that they went over there, Cardi and her sister, and started with them. But the table has turned, because now these, as they claim, us as MAGA supporters are so ignorant and so stupid. We're not that stupid, because guess what? They're suing you, Cardi B, and I don't blame them. I would too. Because not only did you defame them, as label them as a racist during a squabble at the Hamptons earlier this month, in the documents obtained by TMZ, the plaintiffs claimed they were with their families. And that's when Hennessy approached them with insults. And they talking about they being harassed because they're a gay couple. Man, stop. Just stop. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. I know how Cardi B is. She's straight ignorant. She quick to do things like that. This is the same woman that came at Nicki Minaj without Nicki Minaj even doing nothing to her. She just approached Nicki Minaj and threw a shoe at her. So I'm quite confident that the apple don't fall far from the tree, that her sister did the same thing, or even her, confronted these people. And you're at the Hamptons, for God's sakes. Come on, man. You think these guys at the Hamptons are going to get in a confrontation with you when they're trying to enjoy their weekend? And not to mention, you also try to say that you're targeted because because you're Spanish. Listen to the names of these folks that's involved. They are Spanish themselves. Peter Calalindo, Pauline Calalindo, Manuel Alacon. Those people are Spanish themselves. So how are they racist? Man, stop. I'm telling you, that's what it was. I promise you that what happened. So I hope and pray that they do get it settled, and I hope these people get the money they need, because this is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't support anybody who's fool enough to go and walk around here and go forth and try to support Sleepy Joe Biden. I ain't got time for you. I already know that you don't have any intelligence. Because if you had any intelligence, the first thing you would have done, you would have went and shot back there, and you wouldn't have never started with those people to begin with. So yeah, I don't blame them. Hit you in the pocket. They doing the right thing. Congratulations. Now let's move forward on to what's really going on with Dr. Dre and his wife. Man, let me tell you, this thing getting more messier and more messier than a puppy pissing and shitting all over the freaking floor. This is real talk, man. It is nasty right now between Dre and his wife. Dre is now accusing his wife, Nicole, of grand theft, and said, hey, you need to start taking our cash. Well, now I report on this story that he said that she had already drained out of record one almost over 300, and I think it was 355, close to, or 360. I know it was over. No, it was over 350. Over $350,000 now out of that account. Well, here's some more. Dr. Dre's estranged wife had the gall to dip into a well-funded cookie jar, not just once but twice, at least according to Dre's business partner, who's now accusing her of grand theft. Attorneys for the attorneys for Larry Chapman, okay, who co-founded Record One Studio with Dre in 2015, just fired off another letter to Nicole Young accusing her of withdrawing an extra $30,000 plus from the business account despite no longer being legally authorized. So, they had already took her off because she said she wanted to divorce Dre back in March. Now, she already at 300 on told we already told you now she done spent over $353,000 of the money. That's what much she embezzled. And then she done turned around here now after doing $353,000 in late of last month. The company also accused Nicole of criminal conduct in draining the account and fired off a letter to that effect. So basically, this girl won't stop taking money, man. I don't understand. You already done been removed from there and you still taking money from it. Legally, too. And now they're threatening to put her in jail. Now, Nicole's attorney talking about it's a PR stunt. No, it's not a PR stunt. This is how I feel about Nicole Young. Nicole Young, to me, is a a bitter, soon-to-be ex-wife. She came in this thing thinking in her mind that her being a lawyer, and she thinking that, I guess she claimed he tore up this prenup in front of her face, which I think that didn't happen. I think she thought because the prenup was old, based upon how much money Dr. Dre has accumulated, that she could go in for the kill, like a lot of people do. Hey, man, all right, I'm going for the kill now. He ain't worth that much. He worth $1 billion. He got to break me off more. And whenever she filed for that, she was in her mind, she threw it out there purposely saying, hey, there's no prenup. There's no prenup. She's doing that because she was feeling in her mind, if she say there's no prenup, she ain't got to worry about nobody saying that she's got to pay this, that she would get this money, because her goal is to try to drain the man dry. She already said she won't overly half and wants to leave him with a third. He was willing to give her a set amount of money based upon the prenup, which was, I heard, was a pretty nice, decent sum. And he was going to pay all her bills and make sure that he would put her in any house she wanted. All she had to do was pick it out. Greed. And let me tell you why. She know that now that he is divorced, okay? She also know too that, she know now that the kids are paid for, are not paid. Let me rephrase it. She know the kids are grown. So the kids are grown. She can't use them for money. She know they old enough to go to their dad to get through with college or whatever they need, or probably got their own thing going on. She was like, well, let me hit them where it hurts. Let me play with the property and let me get half of this money. She didn't think in her mind that he was going to be smart enough to still throw in that prenup. And I'm quite sure that prenup is ironclad, because she's an ex-lawyer. She know it is. That's why she's grasping straws talking about she been abused. She's been this and that. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a woman who wanted it to have her cake and eat it too, and it's not playing that way, because Dr. Dre is like, nah, why should I let you have your cake and eat it too, and you up here want to leave? That's stupid. That's ridiculous. So again, I think in the end, after Nicole has finished doing all the antics she can, I think she's going to calm the hell down and finally realize her best choice of action is going to be to accept that L of getting a set amount of money and go on with her life. Or either that, if she was really smart and really want control of this money, she should sit down and try to work things out with her husband. You've been together for 20 plus years. I don't know why you want to leave now. That's just stupid. But hey, I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be back online, okay, tonight, roughly at 7:15 with the real news. All right, we going to get deep in this thing when it comes to the conservatives or what's going on and how they acting, because everybody need to know what's going on with that. Now, with that being said, if it's still your first time up here coming in, do what they say, hit the like button and subscribe. Not to mention too, if you're feeling the channel, do me a favor, go ahead on, donate to the channel. I have a Cash App and we are taking any donations that you can. If you can't do Cash App, guess what else we got? We got Venmo and PayPal. So until then, y'all take care, hold tight. I see you at 7:15 where we can get it in on another episode of Conservative News, aka Joe's latest news and views. Until then, I am out, Patriots.